So, I'm going to sell my YOELEO wheel tubeless. Hopefully make it a little bit less scary for some people that haven't done it before. This is a disc wheel that I set up tubeless about a month ago now. It's one thing good about these YOELEO wheels, how they don't have the spoke holder and you don't need to put the rim tape on. This hasn't got any fluid in yet. It's still nice and solid. That's been a couple of months, about a month now. So yeah, let's show you how I do it. So first of all, we'll get our brand new tyre out. Now these are Continental 5000 TLs. One of the best road tubeless tyres, I think. I've had a lot of success, not had any problems mounting any of these yet, so let's get the valve fitted to the rim first. So we have a special long tubeless valve here with a threaded section at the top here, because we'll need that for the lock nut. So we insert it into our valve hole. And these particular ones have a rubber conical washer type thing on that pulls itself into the hole so that no air can escape. So always with carbon rims we need the little O-ring. So make sure if you buy a valve you get one that has the O-ring and not just metal locking, because we don't want to scratch or crack our carbon. And we'll tighten up our little lock ring over the O-ring. And all the time I'm pressing the tubeless valve in with my thumb. We don't want to use a tool or do this so tight that if we do get a catastrophic tyre failure and need to change the tyre or inner tube out on the road, we need to be able to unscrew this with our fingers. So still pushing it in with my thumb and get that locking collar as tight as I can, and there we go, and that's done now. So now I'm going to put my tyre on the rim. So let's make sure we get it the right way around. And I do like to line my logos up, but on these YOELEO wheels I like to have the logos opposite the two YOELEO badges, as you'll see when I finished it. It looks really neat. So let's get one bead at one side of the tyre on. Hopefully do this without any tools. Hang on a minute, let's get it this way around. There we go. So I always like to start opposite the valve. So the valve's at the bottom, and we'll start working our tyre on. So what I'm going to do now is pull the tyre down towards the ground to stretch it into the centre groove of the wheel. And hopefully just pop this bead on without the need of any tools. Famous last word. We'll see. So there we go, we've got one bead on. As you can see here, it's the wrong side of the valve. So I just need to pull that bead up, make sure we get it over the valve. There we go. There we go. So now the tyre's sitting, this bead's all the way into the wheel. And we've just got to get that one, but before we do, we're just going to check that we're lined up, which we are, and we're going to check the rotation, because I don't want to pop the other side on and put the fluid in and then realise we got it the wrong way, and we've got our rotation arrow. And we've put it on backwards. So let's start again. Schoolboy error. So line my logo up. There we go. Once again, start opposite the valve, work my way down to the valve, pulling that bead onto the rim. There we go. Making sure it's over the valve. Our logo's lined up. Let's double check that rotation arrow. Yep, we've got it the right way around. So now we just need to pop the other bead on. So exactly the same. We've got the valve at the bottom. We'll start opposite. And what I'm doing, I'm squeezing the tyre together with my fingers into the centre of the wheel. And as well as squeezing it, I'm pushing down towards the ground all the time to try and stretch the tyre. Working our way down towards the valve. And now, just using my palm of my hand to slide the tyre on, like so. So, tyre's on, rotation's the right way, logo's lined up nicely. Just need to put some air in it now and get the tyre to bead to pop out to seat properly. So, we're going to remove the valve core. And take the valve core out. So now we're just left with a nice empty tube straight into the tyre. Now you can do this with a trap pump, but it's hard work. So I have or a compressor, that makes it really easy. I have a tubeless inflator. So what I'm going to do is fill this canister up, 160 psi. Let's get that filled first. I do like this air shot tubeless inflator. It's nice and simple. It works really well. Nearly there. So, 160 psi. So, I'm going to screw this into our valve. And when I open the tap on the air shot, it's going to send all that air in and hopefully the tyre's going to bead nicely onto the rim. So, here we go. Put some into there, we can see it. Okay. So, there we go. So, what I'm doing is I'm looking now, I don't know if you can see it, this tiny line around here. So I'm inspecting all the way around to check I can see this line evenly all the way around the rim, and there's not a bit of it trapped inside the rim still. It's not quite popped out. Now that side's perfect. Let's check this side. That's perfect as well. Fantastic. Not always the case, but that's popped on really nicely. So, what I'm going to do now is unscrew my tubeless valve. Mostly all the air is going to come out. So I'm going to try and quickly put my finger over the end of the valve. It doesn't matter if it does come out, but there we go. So move the air shot out of the way. Now I've got my valve ready. No, don't want to do that. I do want to let the air out because I want to put the fluid in. Right, so now sometimes it does pop back off the bead, but we know it's going to pop on easy with the air shot. So I'll show you how I put the fluid in. So I have a big syringe with a soupy piece, squishy piece of tube on the end of it. I have my tubeless fluid. Now I do like using YOELEO's Magic Milk. Found it works really well. This particular one I use is a high fibre version. I find this high fibre version with little bits in tends to fill more holes. Works really well for road and mountain bike. So get my syringe, pop it in my bottle. Try not to drop it all. Fill my syringe up. Give this a little wipe as we pull it out so we don't flick fluid everywhere. So, syringe full, ready to go. Let's make sure you can see this. So, where's our valve?